1934 Rolls Royce 2025. Right, some more information about this absolutely unbelievable car. The code name for it was Ghost Hawk, and there is still over 70% of them that were made that are still on the road today. That's the model number, built by Barker, and it's what, a Dancer Seville?
It's a Dancer Seville.
Because it's essentially like a mini convertible. All this comes off, this rolls back, but the attention to detail in this thing is just out of this world. I'm going to show you a couple of things now, but watch this. So when you're in the back of this and you tell your driver you don't want anything in the back, you pull this lever, look, watch this. It lifts up the blind, it then hooks into that, and then when you let it go, it comes down itself. Like, we've got one of the most coolest things I've ever seen. A clock in a car, you think, that's a big deal, but it's not electric. You can physically wind it up. See this here where my fingers are? That winds the clock. So the clock doesn't run off battery power or anything. We've got the gear stick here, got the handbrake here. Rolls Royce used to mount the gear stick, or the shifter if you're in America, basically where the cars are on them today. But wealthy people back in the day were like, no, that looks cheap, so Rolls Royce put it on the other side because they listen to the wealthy people. I suppose you kind of have to when you think that's where the money comes from. The thing is though, how can it look cheap? You're in the fucking back because you're the wealthy guy. You're not driving the fucking thing. So I don't understand, you know, who are they showing? Because anyone that get in the back is not going to be looking over because there's all screens and stuff there. So I don't understand how the wealthy people thought that was cheap because they're in the back all the time. But there you go. I suppose that's why I'm not a posh wealthy person. What do I know? So yeah, just lots of really cool quirky things about this car. Just screaming luxury, and it is just an absolute work of art. Just a shame about some of the toffs that obviously used to be driving it who think they're better than everybody else. But apart from that, fucking gorgeous car. But again, how quiet this thing is unbelievable. Look at all these levers. So when you have to start it, can you just advance the distributor again? So it's all controlled by the steering wheel, but look what happens when you look. So you actually advance and retard the distributor by the steering wheel to start this thing with all these unbelievable linkages. Not only that, there's an oiler on this, which is there, which oils everything, even the steering box, and it oils everything for you when you pump the pedal, which the pedal then is down there. And then what's really cool, oh, it's that one. Yes. Oh, sorry, I thought it was that one. So it's that one. So that's the oiler.
Yes.
Right. What's also really cool, see this here. So you put in the back, there's like a horn that you press, and you put it down into there. Now there is a horn on this, but that one you press comes out here, and the noise must be, but we're going to start this now in a second, so you just hear how quiet this thing is. It is just out of this world. I can't even begin. I mean, the detail, proper wing mirror, right? But when you come to the front, look, it's a light as well. These vents close would depend on the weather. You got the Spirit of Ecstasy here, which you have to turn when you open the bonnet, but you can take that off when you park it and put a normal cap there so no one steals it. Just it's one of them things you really have to experience. You can't, the videos do not do it justice. All this, oh, he's got the horn. Does it work? Maybe it hasn't been used in years. Oh yeah? It's like a duck call.
Well, let's see what that works.
Yeah, I'd say,
Oh, this is.
yeah, the bellows is kind of all gone on it. Yeah, it's all cracked. But that's what that is. We got a toolkit up here on both sides. This thing is just, oh, it's unreal. Can you quickly start it for me? I just want to see. No, it will get a lot quieter once it heats up, but you'll get an idea of just how quiet this thing is.
Turn on the ignition.
It's typical. As soon as we started this for me straight away.
I probably have flooded it.
He literally said, "Look at this," and he started it, and it just fired up straight away.
Ignition on, isn't it? Yeah. I'm doing something wrong here now.
It's all right. We'll skip over this bit. There's a fuel tap which we didn't turn on. There is the fuel pump. Look at the size of that. So we ran the engine completely out of fuel. This will take a second now. There we go. Instantly. Listen to that. I mean, it might sound loud on camera, but I promise you, this thing is so quiet. And it will get quieter as the engine heats up. I mean, and it's 25 horsepower, that's what the 2025 is. Straight six. Right, just a bit more information on the horsepower and all that sort of stuff. The name 2025 did kind of come from the horsepower of 25 horsepower or 25.3, but it was something to do with the taxable horsepower. So for the bore size, obviously rich people and taxes again. But anyway, but the actual horsepower is about 75 horsepower. It's a 3.7 litre inline six engine, and it had a top speed of around 75 mile an hour, which is over 120 kilometers an hour. And when you think about it, for 1936, it is absolutely unbelievable. So yeah, again, just British engineering at its finest. It is just a work of art. There's a dynamo and a magneto in it, so you can physically never get stuck. There's just something you have to swap over here to make all that work. But and just like all the little things, this looks like a turbo as regards the shape of it. That's what you with the water pump and just all like. I can't even begin to tell you just how cool this thing is in real life. It's the same one they were doing in Richard Hammond's workshop, the one for the British Army, the one that Winston Churchill and Montgomery was in. It's the same model and everything. It's just this one's this one's been built differently. You say this 4 inches or 6 inches on the bonnet?
3 inches long.
Oh, 3 inches longer on the bonnet. The driver had a little less space for more room for the posh people in the back. So that's why when you get in this one, it's very difficult to get in this side because the seat's been cut out because this is all in the way. But just like you just have to see this thing in real life. It is unbelievable. It's gorgeous. You got a lot more room for the back. You got, look at this. So mirrors, right? Just they thought of everything. You know, it was posh people back then that had this. I would be in the front. I wouldn't be in the back. Yeah, I mean, oh, I love this thing. This is now the other side. You can see you got the manifold here. We got the dynamo, we got the magneto. There's a drive shaft between them because, like I said, there's something you have to flip on the other side to make this work, so you'll never ever get stuck anywhere. But just look at the levers, the engineering of this thing. This is the fuel pump, autovac fuel pump. That's the oiler, isn't it? That's what's this? Oh, that's the wiper motor. Yeah, look at it. Just unbelievable, and just so quiet. Just so quiet. I can't get over just how quiet this thing is. Here's some of the other bits of the toolkit. Unbelievable. Right, hopefully this will make a noise in a few minutes or a few seconds so you can hear it work in the autovac. The way it works is it gets a vacuum from here, from the exhaust. It then fills up this, comes into this from the fuel tank, and then there's like a piston and a diaphragm in there, so hopefully, I just heard it a second ago and now I've turned the camera back on, you can bet your life it won't. Nope. We'll give it a second. And it makes a little noise, and that's how you know, well, you obviously know it's working because the end, there you go. And just all the the really clever engineering and the stuff you use. Instead of using an engine vacuum pump, Rolls Royce boosted their brakes using the momentum of the moving vehicle. I mean, yeah, just unreal. So basically, there was a little miniature clutch inside the gearbox or transmission, if you're American, that used to rotate, which mechanically yanked the brake rod. So in other words, it's like having, basically a brake within inside the gearbox. So the harder you did it, the harder that would turn the opposite way, essentially braking for you. Just clever. I mean, just bloody clever. As I was talking. So that's how that works. Rolls Royce on their rocker cover. I mean, this is every bit as quiet as a modern engine. It just is, if not even quieter. Starter motor down there. The solenoid for the starter motor up here. I mean, just look how big everything is, just designed to last. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing this thing is. 91 years old. Well, there we go, he's even knocked it down a bit more, look. But just even all the controls are from the steering wheels. You can advance and retard the distributor and everything, all controlled by the steering wheel. Is that the original mileage? Is that the original mileage? 5,549. Well, there's another digit. I doubt it.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, look, I mean, even them switches. Just look at them. How cool they look. And then these are all the controls on the steering wheel. Amazing. People, look at that. We had to put another coin on top because there's no flat edge on this rocker cover. But look at that. Absolutely not going anywhere. If the rock cover was flat, the coin would just sit on there. That's Rolls Royce trick for you. British engineering, eh? If you're wondering where the spare wheel is, because you know anything about these, you'll know that a lot of them, the spare wheel is set into the front. This was a special order to put the spare wheel on the back. Look closely at the radiator. Look, it's honeycombed. It's not like a modern one. It looks like a modern one, but it actually isn't. It's honeycombed. I mean, even to make that. Starter handle, even though it doesn't need it, but it's got it there as, again, as another fail-safe.